So I've been using external power stations for a fair while now. Now they did actually sponsor this video, and that is pretty incredible because I actually do use this device anyway because I love what you actually get with this, and I'm going to show you guys how it fits within my workflow, and this is definitely something that you guys should be considering. The EcoFlow Delta 2 is a portable power station with a 1024 watt hour capacity. It has 4 USB-A ports, with 2 of them being fast charging from 12 watts to 18 watts. And it also has 2 USB-C fast charging ports at 100 watts maximum output. On the other side, it has 4 AC outputs with 1800 watt power out and 2 DC ports with 38 watt power out, and a single car power output of 126 watt max. And it also supports 1100 watt DC charging, 1200 watt AC charging, and 500 watt max solar charging. And all this weighs a total of 12 kilograms. Now the biggest advantage that I get out of this when it comes to my workflow is the 4 AC power ports. Now I generally only use about 2 AC power ports, really depends on how I'm actually utilizing this on set, but majority of the time I'm actually utilizing this with my key lights or external lights that I don't actually have access to power. And if you don't have access to power outside, you're going to need some sort of power station, but some of these lights you can actually power through V-mount batteries. Now, the Nanlite 300B, you can use 2 V-mount batteries, but it only gives you a maximum output of 60%. So you can't even get 100% out of the actual light itself. Whereas when I'm attaching this Amaran 300C directly to the battery power station, this is where I'm gonna get 100% of power. Now, when it comes to majority of my use cases outdoors, if I am powering a light, it's generally 1 or 2 lights. Now, this situation, I do need this light to be at 100%. And if, like I said, if I do have V-mount batteries, 60% is definitely not enough. Now, this gives me 4 different AC power ports that I can actually utilize, so 4 different lights. However, I want to utilize that. There's 4 there, which is really, really good. And now pretty much the main use case that I actually have battery stations is a lot of my gym content. Now, when it comes to gyms, obviously they are very busy because I do shoot not just obviously after hours, but during actual gym hours. And I don't want to have cords plugged in at a power socket directly to my lights and then someone tripping over it and hurting themselves, and potentially there's a lawsuit. So I don't want to have to go through all that. So I actually just have the battery station directly next to my light, so I can just power the light right there and then have no cords, flowing around anywhere. And it's just a very, very simple way of having the battery, having the light, and just move it wherever I want. And that gives me so much more flexibility and even just the speed of changing up my lighting situations and how I want to light the scene, rather than just have to worry about all these extension cords and moving them around, because majority of the time I am a one-man band. I don't have a whole bunch of helpers. I've probably just got myself, a photographer, and a BTS person, and sometimes that BTS person doesn't take control of any of the lights and cords and all those kind of things. Now we've got to talk about the Smart app, because this is a pretty incredible app that not a lot of other manufacturers actually do, and it's a lot more useful than you probably actually think. So this gives me the approximate, well, it's not approximate, it's an accurate power outage from this light. So it's 282 watts. I've got 66% left of juice inside the battery. And if I keep doing this, it'll give me about 1 hour and 54 minutes left. And I think the great thing about this is that you can monitor if you have 2 or 3 different lights, if you're using some of the USB-C ports or USB-A ports, you can see just how much is actually drawing out, and it's pretty useful information. So you're not kind of guessing how much battery is left in here, but also if you go on lunch, this is where you just need to plug it directly into that AC power inside and then just bring it back outside when you start shooting again. So pretty simple. So when it comes to charging this device, it is incredibly fast. You can literally go from 0 to 80% in just 50 minutes. So if you've actually forgotten to charge this overnight and you've woken up in the morning, you're like, I need to charge this right now before I leave for my shoot, you can get 0 to 80 in that 50 minutes, or you can go 0 to 100 in about 80 minutes. And once again, through the app, you can actually see the power that goes directly into the battery and how long it's actually going to charge, depending on which power source you're actually giving it, whether it's the AC power or DC power going into the battery. So this is pretty much an in-car charger. You can, I think every car literally has one of these. You could literally just plug it directly in there and charge your battery there. Now, great thing about my truck here is that I do have a charger in the back. So all I need to do is plug this directly into the DC power. Then you just plug it into this section right here. Very, very simple. And the great thing is as well is that you can pull out your app and see exactly how much this is charging. So let's say for instance, you forget to charge it at home, you can literally just take this on the way to your job and charge it, or obviously on the way to the job, see how much it's trickling in. And then even if you get to the job, just bring the AC power charger and then just plug it directly in as soon as you get there and then just top it up. You don't actually have to just charge it through AC or through the DC power. You can actually utilize solar panels. So if you do actually go on their website, you can buy specific solar panels for this device, or I'm pretty sure if you do actually have solar panels anyway, you can connect it directly through to the actual power port and charge it through those solar panels. Specifically if you are off grid, this is a really important feature. For me, I'm generally never off grid, so AC power or through the cigarette lighter is perfectly fine for me. And also EcoFlow have this wild technology where you can actually buy an 800 watt alternator charger, which is really interesting because you can actually hook it directly to your alternator in your car and then have it charged directly into your battery from the alternator. And you can do up to 1 kilowatt hour every 1.3 hours, which is extremely fast charging. And this could actually be really good for RV people who actually leave this directly in the RV, and I don't know, you'd have to wire it up somehow, but I don't personally have this, but I think it's a pretty cool feature to actually purchase if you want faster charging. So one of the biggest benefits about having a power station like this, especially in my use case, is charging up camera batteries, drones, obviously little LED lights, and I guess your phone. So USB-A, you've got 4 USB-A ports right here. 2 of them are fast charging USB-A ports, but you also have 2 USB-C ports, which we all know USB-C is incredibly fast. That's why iPhone decided to go to USB-C, so you can charge it directly through here. Just great for, you know, places like this where you're out in the open, you have a job right out here, you can just charge it up really quickly. Or if you are on a job site and you don't have quick access to power, you just have it right here in, I guess, the palm of your hand. So extremely useful. Now here's a cool little illustration to pretty much show you what it can charge and how many charges you can get out of this power station with the particular device, and obviously how much power it would draw. So because it is a battery, they all have lifespans. Now this apparently has 3,000 times the lifespan. So you can literally use it once a day for about 10 years. And they use LPF batteries, which is pretty much the same batteries that you find in Teslas. So all up the EcoFlow Delta 2 isn't just a battery. There are so many different use cases for this thing, and it works in my workflow absolutely seamlessly, whether I'm at home, on the job site, or traveling around. Now there will be a Prime Day sale of up to 58% off, so use my code for an extra 5% off EcoFlow's Prime Day sale. So anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I will put a link in the description below so you can guys check out the EcoFlow Delta 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it.